So I want to share with you what happens when you get out of your own way. Recently, I went to Okinawa to go visit my children who live there with their mom, my former wife. My youngest son, his name is Yuuto. Y-U-U-T-O. I call him Yuuto, or sometimes a little bit shorter, Yu. My first day in Okinawa, we went to a water park. This water park was absolutely amazing. It has like a little kiddie park with a little slide. It also has this lazy river, and it has these two amazing water slides. Well, one's like mediocre amazing, and the other one's like full on amazing. Either way, they're both amazing. And I looked down to Yuuto and I said, "Hey, you, what do you think about going down those water slides?" And he's just like, "No, that's too difficult. It's too hard." I said, "Yeah, you're right. What if we just hit pause on those words, and what if we just said that it's new? Or maybe that it's unfamiliar. Would that be okay?" He looks up to me and he said, "Yeah." Now it's fun when he shakes his head, yeah. He's got this big old mop of hair, so he shakes when he says it. And I'm looking down at him and I see the hair shaking and I see his head shaking and I hear a, "Yeah, okay." So if it's new, if it's unfamiliar, have you gone through something that's new or unfamiliar before? And he's like, again, big head of hair. "Yeah." He's like, "Well, like what?" "Well, riding my bike." "Oh. And was that difficult? Was that hard when you started? Was it even maybe scary?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." "And what happened?" "Well, I practiced and I did it." "Okay. Would you be willing to take one step towards those water slides? Recognizing that this is new and unfamiliar because we hit pause on those words of difficult, hard, scary." "Okay." And we took one very big step, almost comical. I looked down and said, "Yuuto, how about another step?" Can you guess what he said? He said, "Hell no!" And he ran and jumped in the lazy river, took a lap around, got out, comes up and he says, "All right, I'm ready to get in line." So we go, and it's Okinawa. They've got little benches, little pavilion, block you from the sun, and you wait patiently for your turn to go up the 4 flights of stairs, to go down either the mediocre amazing or the full-on amazing water slide. We sit there. He's starting to get a little nervous. I said, "Are you scared?" And he said, "Yeah, I am." I said, "Are you willing to move one bench forward towards this goal?" And he said, "Yeah, I am." And when it was our turn, we moved one bench forward and the next bench forward and the next bench forward until there were no more benches between us and the amazing water slides. And I said, "Yuuto, are you ready to take another step towards the water slides?" He looks up at me, he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh man, we're so close. Come on, son, you got this." He just looks up and he's like, "Dad, I'm gonna take all the steps to the top. One step won't get me anywhere." In that singular moment, I recognized how, because of the work that I was willing to do, I was stuck in the passenger seat. I lived in a world of have to, must to, need to. Son, you have to get up that water slide. I was in that place. And I made a choice to no longer exist in that passenger seat. I chose to get back in control of my life, to develop, to apologize, to ask for forgiveness, to empower myself, to gain confidence. And this time, because I was in that driver's seat, I got out of my own way. And I learned from my son. Things can be scary. Things can be difficult. And we can look at them as new or unfamiliar. And in my 8-year-old son, his bold response, "Are you ready to take another step?" No. I'm ready to take the rest of the steps so that I can go down those water slides, so that I will go down those water slides. I got in the driver's seat and I got out of my own way. Not because it was difficult or easy. This was clunky. It was new. It was unfamiliar. But because I got out of my own way, I was able to learn from my son.